welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about actually a bit of news about One Piece that just came out. It's going on break for quite a while until April 2025, but which I was actually really sad about when I first heard. I do understand because we're getting really caught up to the manga, and the animation's been so good recently. I feel like they kind of have to keep up that consistency now, but I think starting next week, we're getting the light novel, I think it's called Fan Letter, or at least that's what the adaptation is called, where it shows, like, people around the world's reaction to the Straw Hats crew and stuff, and it's directed by the same person who did episode 1015, like, one of the best episodes in One Piece, so I'm really excited to see what that brings to the table. And we also have a new re-edit slash sort of new animation to Fishman Island, and it's also being, I think, reduced from 51 episodes to like 22 or 21 or something like that. It's like gonna be a much better paced version, and I'll also post pictures on my community post. So if you just like click on my channel and go over to community posts, you'll be able to see a picture of all the new animation comparatively, because they have released a bit of effects and whatnot. And I am so excited. I honestly couldn't believe how good it looked, because I figured it was just going to be like a re-edit, sort of like the One Piece type of deal. But it looks like they're going to be doing a lot of other things. And I don't know if this is true or not. I also heard that they might be adding new sound effects to the anime, which would be really awesome, because that's a lot of people's complaints, is it uses the same sound effects as Forever Ago, same sound effects as Dragon Ball. The only, like, oh, I forgot to change my outfit, but the only, like, real complaint I've seen so far is they are adding a bit of, like, the hockey effects and stuff from, like, Wano and Egghead, which some people don't really like, but it's not going to be too big or crazy, I don't think. I think it'll just be the changed from the hockey effects and stuff that were in Fishman Island. And I think it also will start from, like, Return to Sabaody. That's what it appeared anyways on from the pictures, because it showed, like, Demayo Black, like the fake Luffy, and it also showed a couple other things, like Nami's first meetup with Usopp. And, like, just the effects and everything look really good. It's similar to, like, almost the Wano aesthetic with, like, the way they styled the art, but it just looks, at least the pictures just right next to the old stuff looks so much better. Especially, and I think, I'm really hoping, at least, if we have to go on more breaks, because we are really close to the end of the series and the manga at the same time. So I hope we get re-edits of everything post-time skip, because we're also getting the One Piece remake, that anime remake. And if that goes to, like, all the way up to Marineford, and then we have re-edits of this Toei version of the series all the way up to current, that would make such a better viewing experience than what we have currently. And I'm just really excited to see this, because just being able to watch Fishman Island with better pacing will feel so good, because I love that arc, even though it's not, like, a ton of people don't really like it, even in the manga. But being able to experience it with, like, the manga pacing, essentially, and not a lot of drawn-out scenes or anything will be so good. Also, just to talk about the new episode, 1122... it was so damn good. It was Kobe's episode, and kind of the end of the Garp situation that was happening, and they did it even better than I was hoping. The build-up in the whole episode, like, because they take out, I think it was just one chapter to the whole episode, but it felt so nice, because they did a lot of, like, flashback stuff, but it all looked really visually appealing, and just the emotion behind everything was so well in that episode. And I've just been absolutely loving the anime where it is currently, so I'm really excited to see a lot of this going forward, and seeing this edited and everything. It is a little sad that we'll be going on break for the anime for a while, but it will be nice that we're getting more stuff, because I think the fan letter will start, and then I think October 27th the re-edit of the Fishman Island will start to air weekly, I'm pretty sure, in its time slot. And then I think, as far as I know, read also on Reddit, One Piece is going to have a different time slot when it comes back, which could be a good thing, because I'm pretty sure currently One Piece had to like change from its really good time slot a while ago to a less good one. But I think it's like almost a renaissance for One Piece at this point, as we're entering like the final saga in the manga, and it's just been so good basically since Wano, even though there has been like pacing issues and some people have some issues with like the aura effects and everything. As someone who loves the anime, it's been so good, and I love actually because I caught up on episode 1000, and I honestly rarely have problems when I watch like an episode weekly. Usually just when like it's a really bad paced episode, or they're having nothing like insane happened in a chapter, so it's kind of doesn't get as well treatment as some of the newer stuff can get. So it's just really interesting. I'm super excited to see how this remake turns out. I'm also so excited for the fan letter series. I think it's going to be really fun. And I don't know if it's going to be multiple episodes or just a single one-off. I haven't seen that information yet. But if it adapts, because I've seen some stuff from that light novel before, I haven't read it. But I think it has like some pretty interesting things about like, I think it has characters like almost in-world power scaling, if I remember right. And we get some lore about like Vista and like Mihawk and Shanks and stuff like that, I think. So that would all be really cool, and just to hear how the world sees these characters, because as we've seen more recently, especially like if you watched in like the film Red movie, which I rewatched recently, basically a lot of the world absolutely hates pirates, but we have such a strange view of them, because for the most part a lot of them are pretty good people. Like, we do have people like the warlords that we've taken over that are like basically ruling countries and everything like this, but we very have a skewed view of pirates. So it'll be cool to see people like, because I think like the main character in that novel, at least one of them, is like a fan of the Straw Hats, so it'll be interesting to see them in a good light, and I imagine some people probably not liking them as much and don't see them for what they are because of the other pirates that are around. So it's very strange. I was honestly not expecting this. I was late to the episode. I just watched it today, and then when it ended, I was like waiting to like watch the little like recap with the characters talking about whoever. I figured they'd be talking about Kobe or someone, and then see the next episode, and then it's essentially a trailer for the One Piece fan letter, and I was like, oh, not expecting that, but not really complaining, because if this can lead to better pacing and consistent animation for the rest of Egghead, and then leading into don't want to spoil the next arc for anyone who doesn't know it's like an anime only or anything, but the next arc is also super exciting. We haven't seen much from it yet, but if we can get some really great animation in that as well, it would be so good, because I honestly thought after Wano there was going to be a huge decrease in animation, but I've liked a lot of Egghead even more than Wano, especially like just the way they stylized some stuff, and I think they've held back on the hockey a little bit. Like, it does go crazy occasionally, like with his Gear 5 attack, like transformation, he was like blasting out hockey and everything like that, but for the most part I think it's been a lot tamer. Like when say like Zoro attacks like that giant, I forget what it's called, but like the giant like water spout that like Bonnie came out of, it was like just a really clean splash air attack, and it wasn't like crazy hockey effects. And like we've gotten a lot of like the Gear 5 stuff, even though it does have a lot of hockey, we get to see a lot of just like the manipulation of rubber around the circuit or like area and everything like that. And I think it just leads to a little bit more better and thought out choreography for the fights. Plus, I've just really enjoyed how they've extended everything. It's been a little while since I read everything with that happened in these like chapters with Garp and Kobe and everyone, but I really liked how they did the fight with like Aokiji and everything, and the ending. And we honestly left on a really good spot, actually, because we finished off that like little story arc, and then we're going on to a break. So I'm glad that we didn't like leave partway through, like the Garp situation. That would have felt awful to have to wait for so long. That would have been like how Bleach ended on Core 2 of Thousand Year Blood War arc in the middle of 2 fights. That really wasn't ideal, but it was kind of just a hard part to end on, and they had production issues and stuff. Which also, this isn't about Bleach. Thousand Year Blood War arc so far has been amazing this core. The animation, especially on the second episode and first episode, have been amazing, and there's been so much great original new content and like lore and everything. I'll probably make a video talking about that situation as well. I've just been really enjoying it and taking my time with Bleach because it's one of my favorite series alongside One Piece. But One Piece also had a bunch of news that came alongside it with this great episode, because I was going to watch a couple reactions on YouTube and rewatch the episode and then do my thoughts on it, but had a lot of information come out that I wasn't expecting. Because I had a bunch of family stuff going on yesterday, and then when I actually got ready to watch this episode, I wasn't expecting all this crazy news. It's also so nice because we've got the Monsters one-shot animated as well now. And I don't know, some people weren't a super big fan of that, but I absolutely loved it, and I especially like how they did the black and white animation with a lot of that stuff, where it looked like almost like old samurai paintings type of art. It was really cool. So much cool One Piece stuff to look forward to, even though we are going to be on a break. I'm glad they didn't just hang us out to dry for 6 months or whatever. Yeah, I think it's 6 months or something to April, but yeah, not too much else really to talk about. I just really wanted to get this news out. I looked up on YouTube and there wasn't a ton of people talking about it yet, so I figured I'd post a video and let people know, because it is exciting but also a little bit disappointing we won't have the anime for a while. But I think that'll be all for this video. Thanks for watching, and peace.